Okay, so hey guys, so today I wanted to make a video that was beauty related, skincare related, or clothing related. I really just wanted to make a video about things that I am obsessed with. It's not like they're unhealthy obsessions or anything like that, but they're just things that make me, just weak in the knees, stuff that I love. And as I'm saying this right now, I'm thinking about three other things that I am obsessed with. So, there was one other thing I was going to mention, and oh yeah. Okay, so I'm going to try and start off in some kind of chronological order of what I was obsessed with as a kid, and then what I'm obsessed with now. So hopefully I'll be able to actually go in a certain order. So the first thing that comes to mind for me is Barbie dolls. Now, I don't know what girl didn't like Barbies at least one point in her childhood. I'm pretty sure every single girl owned a Barbie doll at some point in their life. I really don't think one girl has not owned a Barbie doll unless, you're unfortunate enough that you can't afford one, which really, really sucks because I was very fortunate to have a crap ton of Barbie dolls. It was friggin' insane. I would constantly collect them with my sister and had these kitchen crazy kind of setups. And then I started also collecting the Barbie collectibles around when I was 14, but I'll get into that after I talk about the Barbies that I used to have. So I had probably around 200 Barbies or something. I know that's insane, but I was literally obsessed. That's all I would collect when I was little, which was Barbie dolls. I did collect these Claire's Wish boxes from the store Claire's. I was obsessed with Claire's. Let's just segue into that. That was my favorite store up until I was 15. Before it was called Claire's, it was called Top Cappy. Sorry, my mom, of course, always has to interrupt me. So, yeah, that was my favorite jewelry store when I was little. Then I kind of got into more sophisticated kind of things. I was really into this other store called Outrageous Kids Wear. That was me and my sister's favorite store to shop at. It was a boutique and it was just above Love My Shoes when Love My Shoes was still really, really big. But sadly, Love My Shoes went out of business, and so did this boutique. There's also another clothing store that I was obsessed with. It was called Children's Warehouse. They had the coolest clothes there. They had so many things that I would wear so freaking much. They had such cool stuff there, these punk things and these really colorful outfits and these really cool awesome stuff. And it sucked that they went out of business, but I tried to buy as much as I could with my mom before they went out of business, and then me and my sister discovered Limited Too. I'm just gonna go through my clothing obsessions first. Limited Too was our friggin' store. We were obsessed. We shopped there throughout our entire junior high. From 6th grade to 8th grade, that's all me and my sister wore was Limited Too clothes. It was insane. I had these outfits that were all lime green or all blue or powder blue or purple. It was insane. I had so many pairs of parachute pants. I was it was ridiculous. So that was definitely my other favorite store. And so was Outrageous Kids Wear. They had much cooler stuff there. But Limited Too was glitter pastel colors everywhere, and it was just so girly, and it was just so much fun to shop there. In high school, I can't actually remember which store I was really, really obsessed with. I think I got really into Free People and Anthropology. Free People was my shit. I really love hippie kind of clothes as well. I know I'm always usually shooting videos in my t-shirts because I'm usually shooting videos when I have 2 hours at home before I go to work. So usually I'm just wearing a t-shirt. So, and then on the days that I go out, I usually don't have time to shoot something. So, but sometimes I do make the time. But anyway, that's not what this is about. So yeah, those were my clothing obsessions. Also, growing up, around obviously every single girl again was obsessed with pop groups, And I was in love with the Backstreet Boys. Backstreet Boys were my, they're still, I still friggin' fangirl over them like hardcore today. Like, I know they're not like as big as before, but people still go crazy for them. Like, and people still say like they're still hardcore fans for the Backstreet Boys. Like, I just think as versus NSYNC, I did love NSYNC too, but versing Backstreet Boys, Backstreet Boys was just like, they were so versatile to me because I felt like all of them like equally split hairs and are all like so amazingly talented that I was like Backstreet Boys all the way. And also I was obsessed with the Spice Girls too. Me and my sister used to sing the Spice Girls so much when we were little. Baby Spice was my favorite, of course. Like, I was always pretending to be Baby. And then when they broke up, me and my sister were just like devastated. Like, really, really bad. I'm going to talk about TV shows in a minute. I just remembered a TV show that I love. Yeah, so that really sucked. But my biggest obsession for years was Britney Spears. I mean, like, what girl didn't love her? But I loved her when she first came out, but I didn't become, like, hardcore obsessed with her until Slave came out. And it's, like, it was weird because I was going to, okay, so my sister decided to start hanging a lot of, like, magazine pictures in her room, and she, like, started hanging them up, like, on her closet and, like, on her walls, and I was like, you know, I'm going to start doing that, and for some reason, the only person I decided to hang up was Britney. Then I had my entire closet covered in Britney Spears pictures, and then I started getting hardcore about her. I used to print out like crazy amounts of HD pictures and hang them all over my room where I could fit, and literally like every square inch was full of Britney Spears pictures. So, yeah, that was kind of ridiculous. But for some reason I just loved her. Now I really don't love her as much anymore because, you know, she lip syncs a lot. My obsession now is Lady Gaga. Everybody knows, like, people call me Lady Gaga all the fucking time. It's a little bit annoying, but people say, "Oh, you look like her too." And I'm like, "Okay, fine, I'll take it." You know, I have been Gaga 3 years in a row for Halloween. It got old after the second year though, because after the second year I really wanted to be somebody else, but that was the year of Hurricane Sandy, so Halloween didn't even happen. Because we had no power, and me and my best friend couldn't do anything because she was sitting with no power or something like that. I'm not really sure where she was, but she ended up like not throwing the party because like too many people couldn't go or something. So yeah, that really sucked. But I didn't want to be Gaga the next year. I wanted to be like either a Disney princess or somebody else. Obviously, people know I am a hardcore Disney lover. That's probably the thing that I'm obsessed with the most out of anything, honestly. I mean, I friggin' love Gaga, but if you took away Disney from me, I might have to kill you. Like, I am in love with Disney. Like, I know that there's some, like, bad things that people say about Walt Disney, that he was racist, whatever. I just don't know. Like, I just don't care. Like, I think Disney is amazing. Like, I don't know why I started getting so obsessed with Disney when I got older, but I just love it, and I just never get tired of the films, and I love the princesses, and I have like 20 different shirts from Hot Topic that are all Disney shirts, and they're all like princess shirts. My favorite Disney princess is Princess Aurora, so I have my own obsession with her. I just friggin' love her. I don't know why Sleeping Beauty is my favorite. She's probably the princess with the least lines out of any princess, but I still love her. Like, I think she's so beautiful. So I have my wallpaper is her on my computer. I have my Sleeping Beauty pillow over there on my bed, and I also have a Sleeping Beauty shirt, and I also have a Maleficent shirt, and I have a Sleeping Beauty dress. So yeah, and then I also have a lot of Ariel clothes. I have a lot of I have like 2 Beauty and the Beast shirts, which is my other favorite Disney princess. I love Belle so much. And then I also love Mulan. I have a shirt from her. And I also love Jasmine. She's definitely my second favorite. And I have like 2 shirts from Aladdin. So yeah, I love Disney so much. I love the Pixar movies. I want to go to Disney again so freaking bad because I only went when I was like 10 years old and when I was like 13. Um, but I'm really, really hoping to go again at some point in my life, like hopefully within the next couple of years. But yeah, I love Disney so much. Then for like cartoons and stuff like that, when I used to be growing up, when I was growing up, I loved the Rugrats, first of all. That was probably like my favorite. But my favorite show was Hey Arnold. That is still my favorite Nickelodeon show. So, and Alex Mack. Alex Mack was my favorite live action show when I was growing up. Like literally my favorite one. I used to watch Are You Afraid of the Dark and Pete and all that other stuff, but Alex Mack was my absolute favorite along with Lizzie McGuire. Those were my two favorite shows. I used to like take my fashion after Lizzie McGuire and Caitlin's Way. Caitlin's Way was my other favorite show because she had my name. Obviously my name is Caitlin. And she spelt it the same exact way as me, so I felt like I had like a bond with her, and like I did take after like her style for a while. So, and then a movie that I was obsessed with growing up was Clueless. I don't know what girl doesn't love Clueless. I'm even wearing the lime crime lipstick, unicorn lipstick in Clueless that they made for the movie for the 20th anniversary. So, as you can see, I love Clueless. I used to take after all of my fashion after that movie for at least like a year. And I got like so super into like the furry pens. And then Legally Blonde came out. And I was so obsessed with Legally Blonde too. Like everything I had to be pink. And was still using the furry pens because, you know, she was just as into the furry pens as Clueless was. Like I feel like Legally Blonde was just like an updated version of Clueless, you know. So... And I could recite probably the entire movie of Legally Blonde. Like, Legally Blonde and Finding Nemo and Aladdin are probably the three movies that I know, like, by heart. Like, especially Aladdin. Aladdin's definitely, like, the Disney movie I've seen, like, the most, besides, like, Finding Nemo. So, I could literally quote most of that movie when I'm watching them. I can quote Clueless, too, but not as well as Legally Blonde. I've definitely watched Legally Blonde a little bit more than Clueless, but I've watched Clueless like 20 times. Clueless never gets old, and I just love those movies. So, and then for like two other cartoons. Sorry, I didn't even get into the other cartoons that I wanted to talk about. But I have like a whole list here, just so I don't forget anything. Tweety was my favorite Looney Tunes character, so I had my own obsession with Tweety. I had like a few t-shirts and like some pajama sets, and I also had like folders and pencils and crayons and all that other stuff that was like Tweety themed, and like it was crazy. And then my other favorite show was Powerpuff Girls. I had a hardcore obsession with Powerpuff Girls. I one Christmas, all I asked my sister and my brother for was stuff that was themed by the Powerpuff Girls. Like, I think my sister got me folders and my brother got me a t-shirt. Like, I think it was the other way around, actually. I think my brother got me the folder and my sister got me the t-shirts, but, the t-shirt. But I wore that shirt so much, and I don't know, I just loved Powerpuff Girls. I also loved Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo was hilarious, but Powerpuff Girls was definitely my favorite. I also loved Sailor Moon as well then, but I only had like 2 little action figures of her. I didn't have all of the dolls, but like for Powerpuff Girls, I had so much stuff from the Powerpuff Girls. I was also really obsessed with these like 2 other things that I want to mention like really quickly. I was obsessed with these crystal princesses. They were like princesses that came in like snow globes, and they had like glitter around them, and I had like 10 of them. I was so obsessed with them. I don't know if people know what I'm talking about, but they were called crystal princesses. And then there was also like these fairies that like you would pull and they would spin up and around. They would like spin up in the air, but they would come back down and like go back on the thing. It was like the coolest thing ever. I forgot what they were called, but I had like 5 of those. If you guys know what they're called, let me know. But comment down below or give me a thumbs up if you remember Crystal Princesses or those like twirly fairy dolls. I can't remember what they're called, but yeah, I just loved every form of dolls. I also was obsessed with American Girl dolls and Magic Attic dolls. I'm pretty sure most people know what I'm talking about when I mention American Girl dolls because I had Felicity. My sister had Josephine and Samantha. Of course, she had more than me, and I was like, super jealous. But the Samantha doll was so much like her because my sister's name was Samantha. So, like, for the longest time, I wished that they had a doll that was called Caitlin. But Felicity was definitely the one that looked the most like me, so that's why my mom got me Felicity. But then my sister got Josephine. But the reason why she got Josephine was because I had 2 Magic Attic dolls and she only had 1. And she liked the American Girl dolls more. Like, I would always be like, why don't you like these more? She's like, I only like this one. Like, I would always want more than her. Like, not just because I was, like, a little bit jealous, but also because I would always need more of it. Because, like, I would be really obsessed with it. Like, just because my sister liked it, like, made me want to like it, like, that much more. I mean, I'm not really like that anymore. But, like, me and my sister still have similar interests. But I have, like, my obsessions now. So, and then I had another obsession like a few years ago when like Dark Knight was coming out. I had an obsession with the Joker. I just was obsessed with how not Johnny Depp. I love Johnny Depp too. I'm definitely obsessed with Johnny Depp. But I was obsessed with how Heath Ledger played the Joker, that just like I needed so many Joker themed things. Like I had 2 shirts, I had the trucker hat, I had a bag that said ha 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 on it. My mom said it was so ugly that she threw it out. She hated it and she's like, it's so super creepy. I don't know why you bought this. So I was like, because it's so cool. Like, why can't you let me keep it? But like, she has to throw out everything that I love. I also had a bunch of like Paramore stuff too. Like, I wasn't hardcore obsessed with Paramore, but Paramore is still my favorite band. But I'm not like, oh my god, like obsessed. Like, I'm obsessed with her, but not like crazy obsessed, But I love them. Like, I love Paramore so much. But for some reason, yeah, I really can't even remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, Joker. For some reason, I just had an obsession with the way that he played him. And then it was so sad when he passed away, but it was just really unfortunate. And then also, while I was growing up, I know this is all over the place, but like I'm actually reading the list now and seeing like what I missed. But I also used to be obsessed with the Pink Ranger when I was little. Me and my sister both loved the Pink Ranger, okay? And we both always played Power Rangers all the time. We also played Star Wars all the time, and we played Harry Potter. Like, we loved Star Wars and Harry Potter. Those were just, like, staple obsessions in my house. Literally, like, we all love Harry Potter. We all love Star Wars. We all love Indiana Jones. Like, we're that kind of family. We just love all the dorky stuff. Like, we're just obsessed with it. We love Lord of the Rings. We love Hercules, and we love Farscape, which is like a really awesome sci-fi show. If you don't know what it is, you should watch it. But when we would play Rangers when we were little, my sister would always have to be the Pink Ranger, and I think my sister even had a Pink Ranger costume one year, and I was so jealous because I'm like, Mom, I love, the Pink Ranger too, but I would always have to be the Yellow Ranger because my sister had to be the Pink Ranger, so. But I loved the Power Rangers. Then, my 2 favorite shows are definitely Doctor Who. People know that Doctor Who is my baby, like, literally obsessed with Doctor Who. I have a TARDIS dress. I have 3 t-shirts. I have the sonic screwdriver right here. Like, can we talk about obsessed? Like, it's really sad, but I've gotten a couple of my friends got me into Doctor Who, and also my boyfriend watches it, and he got me super into Doctor Who, my boyfriend, because I watched like the 7th season with him, and then after I watched the 7th season, I went back and watched all the seasons, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. So my boyfriend got me super into the show, but he is even like, he's not even as obsessed with it as I am. But he told me that I would really love it. Like, he really likes it, but he's like, you should watch it because you would love it. And he was right. I freaking love it. So, and I have my calendar right here, which is the doctor right there. And I also have Doctor Who pajama pants, and yeah, I love Doctor Who so much. We also owned the 7th season on DVD. My mom actually bought it before she even watched the seasons because she wanted to buy it because I was like, oh, you're actually going to watch it? So she actually watched all of them, and she really, really loved it. But me and my mom did not enjoy the last season before this. Like, she's really hoping that the next season will be good. I mean, she's still going to watch it with us, but she still watches Game of Thrones. I'm not super obsessed with Game of Thrones, by the way, but I still watch it because everybody else does. I don't want to be like, oh, just because everybody else watches it, that's why I watch it. I watch it because, you know, it's so goddamn popular, but my mom still watches Game of Thrones even though she doesn't really love it anymore because she thinks it's too gruesome. But it's like, you know, you're going to watch that. You have to watch Doctor Who still, you know? Like, at least Doctor Who isn't gory and everything. And it's always fun to watch. So, yeah, but hardcore about Doctor Who. And then my other favorite, I've watched, like, the series, like, 3 times. I know when I'm hardcore obsessed about a series when I watch it more than once. And literally that and, like, these 2 other shows are the only other shows that I've watched more than once. My favorite sitcom ever is Will and Grace. Will and Grace is my favorite sitcom. I just absolutely love it. Jack is just my spirit animal. Like, I freaking love him, and I am Grace. Like, I am literally Grace. I'm cheap like her. I eat like her. I'm a Jew, and I freaking love her, and I'm neurotic like her. So, I literally just wanted my life to be Will and Grace. And I just friggin' love it. And I've watched that series probably 8 times, 9 times. And when I actually even watch the reruns on Lifetime, I can't get enough of it. Like, I still laugh ridiculously hard every single time Jack makes a joke. Like, they never get old to me. Jack is my all-time favorite sitcom character, if you can't tell. And then I recently had an obsession with Friends in January, and I was like, oh my god, Friends is amazing too. So I love both of them equally, but I love Will and Grace still just a little bit more. But Friends is really, really funny too. And then my other favorite show, my favorite reality show, I know, like, people are like, why do you watch reality show? But literally, like, when I say this, you're going to be like, oh, that's a really good one, was Newlyweds. And that was with Nick Lachey and Jessica Simpson. I have all 4 DVDs of the seasons sitting right here. Well, I have all 4 seasons. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, right there. See? Right there. I have all of them on DVD. That's how much I loved the show. And that's the only reality show I own on DVD. But I needed all of them and I've literally watched those like 10 times. And I kind of feel like watching them again. Just because I love it. I think it's hilarious. And I think that her lines and his faces after she says something stupid is just the funniest thing I've ever seen. So I really do love that show. And then, I think there's only 2 more here. Yeah. 3. So recent obsessions for me. I've always been obsessed with jewelry. I just love jewelry. Actually, there's 4 because I have to talk about makeup too. But jewelry, I love. I have like a whole wall of jewelry here, as you can see. You can see this every single day that I shoot a video. I just think it's a nice background for people to see when they look at my videos, if people even watch this, you know. But I love jewelry. I'm obsessed with Betsy Johnson and Marc Jacobs perfumes. I don't know why I'm throwing that in the same category, but my favorite designers are Betsy Johnson, Marc Jacobs, Michael Kors, and Roberto Cavalli and Valentino. Valentino is amazing. But Betsy Johnson was my favorite. I have like 5 different Betsy Johnson necklaces up there. I I was obsessed with Betsy Johnson when me and my sister were growing up. We used to go into Betsy Johnson and make it like an event, and my mom would buy us all the samples because the samples were like so much cheaper than the actual clothes, because they were like one of a kind pieces that they would sell in the store and see if somebody would buy, and then I think they would make it, or like, I don't even know. But samples were like one of a kind pieces that we would buy that would be like $70 for a whole outfit, so it would be a lot cheaper than buying like the regular outfits, but it was so hard to give those things away when I didn't fit in them anymore. But I wanted to wear those like forever because I love her. But yeah, Marc Jacobs perfumes are definitely my favorite perfumes ever. I love Marc Jacobs perfumes. You guys know I've talked about it in a favorites video before. Marc Jacobs Honey is like my favorite scent ever. And I've went through like 3 bottles of his perfumes in my life. I also love Michael Kors and Marc Jacobs. That's segueing right into handbags because I have a huge obsession for handbags. It used to be where I needed to have every single designer bag, like at least one bag from every single designer out there. But you know, I've calmed myself down, and now like I have 2 Michael Kors bags. I have 3 Marc Jacobs bags. I have about 10 Coach bags. Coach was definitely my favorite brand before they started like making crappy bags. Honestly, like they don't make bags like they used to. Like just I don't even know what's up with their designs, but just I don't really love their designs anymore. It's so weird. I mean, like, when are they going to make a bag this cute again? Like, do you see how cute this bag is? Like, I've been using the crap out of it this summer. I use it so much every single summer. I just love the ladybugs, and it's still one of my favorite bags. So, I just, you know, I just love bags. I've always loved bags for a really, really long time. And then, of course, I have to talk about my dogs. My dogs are just my absolute babies. Like, they're literally the only things I would ever die for in my entire life. Like, they are more important to me than anything in my life. Over my boyfriend, over my family, like, my dogs are my everything. Like, just my dogs are just, like, there's just such a different love for dogs than for people. It's just, like, I love them so much. Like, I can't even describe how much I love them. Like, I love them so much, and they're just my freaking little babies, and I love them. I'm going to show you a picture if I can find the one that I want to show you. But it's just like, and we named them all after things that we're all obsessed with. Oh, I also love Sherlock, by the way, too, and I'm going to show you the dogs in a second. I don't know why my dog is barking right now. But where's his damn picture? Let's just go on Instagram and find it. Yeah, it's this picture right here. So these are them. I don't know if you can really see very well with the light. I think I might turn off the light for a second. I think that might actually help. So this one up here, the darker one, is our latest addition to the family, and his name is Remy. He's named after the rat in Ratatouille because obviously we love Disney. I love how the background now is like totally black. But we love Disney, so we didn't name him exactly after Ratatouille, but I told my sister, since we're naming him Remy, he's named after Ratatouille, so that's what we named him after. So I finally got a dog named after a Disney movie for me, but also because my whole family loves Disney as well. Sorry, I don't know what just happened. I guess the light adjusted. Ugh, it's so annoying. Then, the one in the middle, oh, just the, like, light one. I'm sorry, I'm, like, trying to, like, adjust this for you so you can see. The one in the middle is named Watson. He's probably the best dog in the entire universe. Like, he is the sweetest, most reserved, but he's still spunky, but he's very smart. And he's very obedient. So, it's just, like, we got the best of, like, both worlds in this dog. Like, he's amazing. This dog he's okay. He's a trolling breed. My boyfriend told me, like, when we got him. He warned us that it's like he's a trolling dog. But he's so friggin' adorable that I love him. But his name is Watson. So these two are males. She's a female down here. But his name is Watson, and he's named after Sherlock's companion from Sherlock. My mom is obsessed with the show Sherlock. And all of us really love Sherlock, and my family too. My mom really wanted to name a dog after Sherlock. She wanted to name him Sherlock. And my mom, before Luna, which is the one down here, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Before her, we wanted to name the dog before her Sherlock. We were going to name him Dumbledore after Harry Potter, but we ended up naming him Murphy instead. But I was like, we'll finally name a dog after Sherlock for Mom, because, she's the one that's paying for the dog, so it's like she's got to name at least one of them. So we were in the store, and we were thinking about his name, and my brother really liked Winston, and I was like, Winston's just, like, too proper of a name for, like, such a little dog. It's better for, like, a medium-sized dog or something. And my mom really wanted Sherlock. So I was like, why don't we just name him Watson? It sounds just like Winston, and it's from Sherlock. So Watson is freaking perfect. So my mom was like, that's perfect. So his name is Watson. And then the last dog is a female. She's the oldest. He's 2. He's 9 months, and she's gonna be 3 years old. He's born in October. He's born in June? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's June. Luna is a Christmas baby. She's actually born exactly on Christmas, but she's not a gift. So her name is Luna because it's after Luna Lovegood, of course, from Harry Potter. She's definitely like the most mischievous dog. She loves to start fights with these two. She's always challenging them for dominance, so she's not a very, I love her. She's my baby. Like, when I'm with her alone, she's, like, the best dog ever. But she's very territorial. And these two get along so well. But she's always starting fights with them and is always jealous of Remy or, like, wants to start fights with Remy. I don't want to get into too much of what my dogs do. But, yeah. She's just not, the best dog ever. But, that's how Malteses are. Oh, Remy, which is the smallest dog, is a Havanese, and the other two, which are the blonde dogs, are Morkies, which are a mix of Malteses and Yorkies. So yeah, I love my babies. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is, of course, my makeup obsession. My makeup obsession didn't really I wasn't really so obsessed with makeup until this year. And now I literally just love it. I love applying makeup every single day. Before I started wearing foundation and concealer and stuff like that, I never wore it before because every time I would get a makeover somewhere, they would tell me that I don't need foundation or concealer because I have good skin. And I was just like, it's not like I really want to cover it up, but I love how foundation makes my skin look. I don't go hardcore with covering up. I just use foundation to even out my skin tone. And that's why I love the Giorgio Armani, because it's so natural looking. But anyway, I don't want to make this video 10 million years long. But me and my sister, when we first got makeovers, we got Clinique makeup because those are that's the best makeup to use for little girls because it's all hypoallergenic. Then after that, we moved on to Bobbi Brown. Then after that was Stila. Then after that was Chanel, and then after that was MAC. Yeah. So, I had recently gotten a makeover at MAC last year, and I've always loved makeup. I really love makeup, but I never really could buy so much makeup until after this year. After I got my tax refund, it's just it was all about makeup, and now I just I don't know. I really love collecting it, and I use everything I have, and yeah, it's just you guys can see how much I love makeup and skincare and fashion and stuff like that. I just, I'm a girl. I love being a girl. So that's it. So please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, CPW819, and my Twitter's PokerFace819. Thanks, guys. Bye.